$50 million in rookie jersey sales for Shedeur Sanders.
Isn't your average rookie headline. This isn't about touchdowns or minicamp drills. This is a business earthquake. Shedeur Sanders, the so-called developmental quarterback. The fifth-round gamble the kid they said would never translate to the pros just turned the NFL into his personal storefront. Like, comment, subscribe, because this isn't just about football anymore. It's about power. It's about culture. It's about a fifth-round pick who just flipped the entire NFL upside down. Ladies and gentlemen, Shedeur Sanders just sold $250 million in merchandise. And the league wasn't ready, but we were because reports are in. And the numbers aren't just eye-popping, they're historic. $1 million of it straight into his account. That's not an endorsement. That's not a commercial, that's raw demand. That's cultural gravity. That's what happens when you mix talent, swagger, and a last name that echoes through generations and give it a jersey number. Let's make something clear. You didn't accidentally move $250 million in product. You don't do that unless people believe in something. And the people, they've made it loud. They've made it clear they don't just believe in Shedeur. They're invested in him. This ain't about Cleveland fans. This ain't about Deion's legacy. This is about a generation that saw themselves in Shedeur Sanders. The confidence, the walk, the refusal to bow. This is about culture, and when culture meets commerce, you get history. Walk down any street right now and you'll see it. Shedeur jerseys flying off racks in every color. Black, brown, white, gold. Urban stores can't keep them stocked. Online inventories are evaporating. And every time someone asks why, the answer is the same. Because he's him. But here's where it gets real. The NFL didn't plan for this. They didn't want this.
He's in a situation where the NFL and the Cleveland Browns have set him up to sink or swim in year one.
Shedeur Sanders would not have been placed in the fifth round if they had. You would have placed in the top 10 if they had trusted in his charisma, skill, and brand. Instead, they attempted to position the Crown Prince at the end of the line. Make Prime's son an example and humble him. He is now the league's top salesman. The NFL has billions of dollars. However, Shedeur is his own business. A check for $15 million before to his first NFL play. They are unable to control that strength. That is a revolution, not just a rookie. Let's also quit acting like this is only a number. This is a declaration. This young black quarterback commands worldwide funds from supporters of all demographics. Because he is fearless, unrepentant, and refuses to play politics. Where the scouts wouldn't invest their money, this is the world beyond the NFL. They did more than simply purchase a jersey. They gave in to opposition. They fell for swag. They supported a child who did more than simply wear the crown. Doc, he earned it under duress. And it's more than just excitement when you sell $250 million worth of goods before you've even launched a game. It's a movement. Shedeur Sanders is not just a sportsman. He is a catalyst for culture, a dot, and the league is now in a panic. The front desks are whispering. Merch teams are forecasts of redrafting. Shedeur performed something that no fifth rounder has ever done. And as a result, marketing departments are being summoned into meetings. He compelled the NFL to reconsider its views on quarterback value, branding, and marketability. A dot. Owners are now acknowledging what Deion was previously aware of. A draft slot cannot be used to halt a movement. With a clipboard, charisma cannot be suppressed. You cannot anticipate quiet after lowballing a Sanders. After $250 million, Shedeur has demonstrated that influence is unrestricted. All it needs is a platform. Players are watching, so let's not pretend they aren't. The league's rookies are currently re-evaluating the playbook in light of Shedeur. Even though he hasn't been selected for the starting lineup yet, this man is already earning QB1 money from goods. Gamers are questioning, given that people have already cast their ballots with their money. Why wait for a probo? When I'm in the market, why plead for marketing funds? Shedeur didn't simply change the brand. By opening the vault, he is demonstrating to the next young players that becoming legendary doesn't require league approval. Where are the talking heads today, in the meantime? Where is the indignation? Where is the analysis of the humble pie? Crickets, as they informed us that Shedeur was a diva. They said that he was preoccupied. They said he wasn't prepared for the pros. Instead of using his confidence as fire, they attempted to turn it into a weakness. But you know what? He just sold more jerseys than the majority of starting quarterbacks will over their whole career. Additionally, the media is currently regressing more quickly than a DB and man report. They have never comprehended it, thus they are unable to express it. And you haven't been paying attention if you believe this was an accident. This is the implementation of Deion's plan. When a Hall of Famer becomes a father, coach, mentor, and marketing guru, this is what happens. Shedeur was designed with this emphasis in mind. And he isn't blinking now that the time has arrived. He is revising passages and cashing checks. The main consequence is this. This is the convergence of social media domination, Colorado hype, and tangible outcomes. Every action has been deliberate, from Instagram posts to tunnel walks to on-field confidence, and it's finally actually paying off. However, the naysayers are still attempting to distort it. Gains are not won by merchandise. He has no track record. It's all flash, let them speak. Because this is the reality. Moving $250 million worth of product is no coincidence. Flash isn't that. That is the style of the substance meeting. The resonance is that. That jersey stitches each tell a tale. A narrative that people find credible. And perhaps Shedeur isn't the one who is lagging behind if the NFL doesn't see the benefit of it. It may be the lead. What occurs next? Easy. The NFL had a wake-up call recently. It came from a fifth-round quarterback who demonstrated that cultural power outperforms traditional forecasts. Not from an owner, coach, or top overall selection. Shedeur Sanders didn't wait to be crowned by the league. He proceeded to establish his own empire. Additionally, the locals are already devoted subjects. Therefore, even if some people are still arguing about whether he is prepared for the NFL, the streets have already made up their minds. Next up is him. As I mentioned before, this is no longer about football. It's a branding issue. It's a conviction. It is a combination of strategic brilliance, arrogance, and black excellence supported by $250 million in revenues and a Noto jersey. Sanders, the Shedeur, is not waiting. He's coming. The leader had best catch up or fall behind.